Politically, how do you feel? Where do you fall? What do you think?
With what's happening in the world,
Yeah.
I think we're fucked. Oloingoa o ese o te sau mai kalihi.
Are you happy that you transitioned?
I feel like I'm happy, but I don't know.
There's like a big community of trans people who also detransition. Is that something that crosses your mind? How do you feel God ties into like your transition? Because there's a lot of people that will say this is not God's design, being trans.
Oh my God, this is gonna get political, I
Go
feel.
ahead.
Like I would never want to take away from like a woman by saying I'm just a woman. I feel like some trans women think that their identity is woman, solely woman, like that they're not a trans
I thought
woman.
that was the end goal for everybody, is it not?
I feel like we should be able to accept that we're trans women and that's okay, that we're still
okay,
women,
that makes sense, yeah.
but we're not women.
Society that's outside of the community likes to bunch us together like we're all the same or we all have the same experiences. But everything you're talking about is stuff I've always been curious about, and I've never really had a conversation with somebody who's like transitioning. So thanks for being open. Hi guys, welcome back to the CasualTea podcast. My name is Kona, and today I'm so excited for this episode. We have been trying to make this work since I started my podcast last year. We have Ese Milan, who really, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, but got your start in the cosmetic world as like a beauty influencer, still kind of doing some of that. But also recently we've been following you for your journey to like weight loss. And I don't know if you remember this, but when I lived in Hawaii, because this isn't the first time we've met. Do you remember?
I remember you giving me the shirts.
Yes.
And then I used to wear them because I'm ride or die like that.
So back when I was living in Hawaii over 8 years ago, I had a t-shirt line that I had for my YouTube channel at the time, and I was looking for influencers. And you were popping off at the time, so I sent you some merch to wear. This was after I had sent you the shirts and stuff. But I saw you at Target and I came up to you, and immediately after that interaction, I was like, oh, this bitch has no idea who I was.
I think it's because it's different to put a face to like a project.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
And then, but it's because you like sent the project first that like I didn't know who Kona was. But I feel like now it's like, now I know Kona.
I'm just excited to have you. I'm excited to have you tell your story and us to get to know you. This is your first podcast, you said. So just take a breath. I can see some nerves.
I'm getting warm.
Are you? You're from Hawaii, right?
Yeah. I grew up in Kalihi and then I eventually branched out like 2 years ago. Yeah.
How was it growing up there? And how many siblings do you have?
I have one brother and it was okay. Kalihi is chill. I feel like it has like such a bad rep. But people...
Does it?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's like bad fruits in like every city. But I feel like Kalihi specifically... It's just everyone thinks like all the fruits in there are bad.
Yeah. Well, is it like the ghetto side or like what?
I don't know, girl. I think so. I think Kalihi, they have a bunch of housing out there. So it is kind of notorious for that.
You're Samoan, right?
Yes, I'm Samoan. I like to pretend I'm German, but... very small amount of German in me. But yeah, mostly Samoan.
Yeah, no, the German part, I feel like a lot of Samoans have a bit of German in them as well. My mom was born in Germany, but my dad's name is a German name. And what made you come to Vegas? Why'd you leave?
It was either going to be Vegas or Cali, but Cali was like way too out there for me to afford to live there alone. So I decided to just move here.
Are you still thinking about California?
Eventually. I feel like now that I've got my footing, it's a bit more... It'll be easier for me to transition from here to Cali. Yeah.
Talk about how you got your start in like social media, because I feel like you've been just popping off forever. Like you were big when I was like not. I'm not saying I'm big, but
You're
like
big. I think when I originally started, it was just like to like post my makeup because I think I was just trying to get into something. Like I wanted to belong right after like, it was like during college.
You went to college?
Yes, girl. Oh. She's educated.
For what?
I have a BA in communications marketing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I think I just wanted to find like a community because like right after like high school, it's like everyone just splits.
Yeah.
And then during that split, like you kind of have to like figure out like, oh, like, am I going to be a construction worker or am I going to stay working at like Walmart or something?
Yeah.
Like you have to like figure out where you belong in the world. And I feel like I didn't belong to anywhere.
Yes, I can totally relate to that for sure.
Exactly. But that's how I kind of started doing social media.
So you just picked up your camera one day because it was YouTube, right?
Yeah.
YouTube was really big, especially in the beauty world, right?
During that time, yeah.
Because even I had a YouTube channel where I was doing beauty like for a minute, you know? This was, I mean, I'm a lot older. How old are you, by the way?
26.
Okay, I'm 32. It was definitely not like I was before the James Charles and before that boom came. Did you feel ashamed to like wear makeup?
I don't think so. I feel like with my parents, they've been very lenient with me. So I've always kind of lived however the hell I wanted to live during that time.
They let you do what you
like
wanted to do.
I would get Bratz dolls for Christmas. My mom and them were very like supportive of like whatever I wanted to do when I was younger.
Yeah.
So it kind of just happened naturally. And then I feel like the older I got, then it started to raise their eyebrows like, oh, like maybe it wasn't just a phase, I think.
Right. A lot of parents think it is just a phase, you know?
Yeah.
Growing up Samoan also, were you raised like culturally? Because I know you speak it, right? I've seen clips of your mom that you would post, so.
Culturally, I'm not too sure. I don't think so. Like, I mean, the culture influence is definitely there, but I just don't really... Like, I wasn't like at the freaking Flag Day running around doing the dances and stuff.
Yeah.
No, but it's in me.
Yeah. Do you wish that you were more?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Why not?
I think it's more so like I wouldn't be me if I was so heavily influenced by the culture. I feel like I'm like both, like westernized and Samoan. My own, I
wish I was more like culturally versed in that way because I grew up very much white, you know? Like I have Samoan family everywhere, Australia, New Zealand, California, but I don't know them. I was raised with my mom's side. And I get a lot of slack. I don't know if you do of just being like a whitewashed or whatever, plastic Samoan. But it's like, it wasn't my choice to not be
raised
like,
that way.
I didn't raise myself, you know what I mean? Like the issue probably is not with me, but can you see yourself moving back to Hawaii? Because I know a lot of people when they leave, they either hate the mainland and they want to go back or they'll never go back.
No, I don't think I'll go back. I just feel like when I went back, like this last May, it made me realize why I left.
Yeah,
because I just feel like everything is like kind of like stuck in time.
Yes.
Like I was at my mom's apartment and I just felt like, wow, like they're charging you this much to live here. Like it's kind of insane, like what people there are like putting up with to be there, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely a place where I go back as well because I have a lot of family there. Would go there every summer as a kid to the North Shore, though. I haven't really spent time on that side. But for sure, like even now when I go back in my 30s, it's like going back in a time zone, kind of, or time machine.
Yeah.
Like the same music is being played. The people are doing the same thing.
They're eating the same things. Like it's like everyone's just stuck.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't want to get slack for saying this, but I feel like there's not much progression in Hawaii. Like it's not a place. Okay, never mind. It's not a place that you move to like. Okay, like.
I think I know what you're...
Like progress in life, but that sounds so bad.
You kind of go there like when you're like older. I feel like it's more of like a retired... Like you go there to like
settle
chill
down.
out. Yeah. Like, grow a family. Hawaii runs on its own time. If you're from Hawaii, you know that like Hawaii's its own thing.
Yeah. The sexuality stuff. Are you comfortable with talking about all of that? Okay. Because you're pretty open about it on social media. I guess, when did you know? Because for people who don't know, can you kind of explain like...
Wait, which one? Trans?
Yeah.
I feel like from a young age, I always kind of knew that I was different.
Yeah.
I have like the specific memory of kindergarten that I knew I liked. Yes, that I knew I liked boys. And then it kind of just stuck. I don't know. And it's weird because I always remember his glasses.
Nice glasses.
Yeah. I remember his glasses. He would sit in front of me. I'm not going to say who because they're still alive.
In Kalihi.
Lena Pooney. But yeah, it was like when I was really young. And I don't know. I just felt like it was normal till I realized it wasn't normal.
But like, I guess I can't really relate in that way because trying to differentiate like me, I always knew I was gay, you know? Was it a progression for you of like, oh, I'm gay? And then being like, oh, I think I'm a woman. Like, can you talk about that progression and like how that happened?
I feel like once I graduated college, that's kind of when I went full throttle, like I'm a woman. And I think it's because I had like a development process during that time. Because during college, it was very like, I don't know, like I never really fit in with like the gays. It was always like hee hee ha ha. Like everyone was very like cool, but it's like I never felt like I belonged because everyone kind of like, you know how the gays are. They like to label their roles, like the tops, the bottoms. And I just never stuck. Like I never felt like anything stuck that was, you know, as a label being passed around.
Yeah.
Till I had met my friend. She was transitioning during this time. And I thought to myself, you know what? Like I honestly feel like that's me. Like I can see myself in that person. And from there, I started the process.
What does that process look like?
Well, I took baby steps. Some people like they run into it, but girl, I was like literally like walking.
It for sure is a process because I think I still met you when maybe your pronouns were he, him. Yeah.
I feel like culturally it is different. I mean, in the Samoan culture, there is like that third gender, which is the fa'afafine, which is like
Shane was just talking about.
Yes, but I also feel like it's different when it's your family, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's everyone knows about it, but it's more so different for the family that has it in that family.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally different experience.
Yes. You know? Like if a friend of yours was trans in like your village, whatever, or your city, like, you know, they're trans. But if that person was in your family, then it's more so like, oh, like, how are we going to like try to accept this person? But with my family, I feel like they're trying.
Yeah, they're trying their best.
Yeah, they're trying their best. I mean, I do put my foot down on certain things, but it's more so like they're just trying, which I appreciate. Sometimes they do have slip-ups, which is okay. And then sometimes it's like, no, like I put my foot down because it feels like it's almost intentional.
Right, because it's been how many years, right?
Yeah, like, girl, let's get it together.
Yeah.
Let's just get it together.
Because wait, how old were you again?
When I transitioned?
Yeah, like when you started that process.
You know what? I was like 23 when I had told my mom that I was trans. And then I recently started the medication to transition.
Oh, can we get into that? Like, because
the medication?
Sorry, you guys. I am sick as fuck. Like, my gosh.
I'm risking my life for this interview.
I haven't. It literally, if I sound like a fat bitch, it's because I cannot breathe and I'm trying to talk. But yeah, the medication part, because it really is like curious for me because I feel like a lot of people don't understand that there is a huge, I would say, my opinion, a big difference between like a gay person and a trans person. Like in my mind, it's like almost we're not even the same. Like kind of in the same realm, but like even the rights are different. Like everything you guys are fighting for is like so separate from ours, you know?
Yeah. So normally you have to get like evaluated to see if like you're mentally ready to like get onto medication, like estrogen. And
estrogen does what?
It basically is like the opposite of what male people produce, which is testosterone.
So you're now producing estrogen.
You have estrogen pumping through you.
Okay, period.
And then there's a hormone blocker which blocks your testosterone. So basically it stops like the male producing hormone.
And that started how long ago for you?
This year. Beginning of this year. Yeah.
So pretty fairly new.
Yeah.
What made you want to do that? Because I know there are some trans people that are fine without all the estrogen and the surgeries or whatever, but what made you want to do that?
I think I was getting tired of, it almost felt like I was living like a double life. Like in one sense, I felt like, oh yeah, like I identify as a woman. But in the other sense, it was like, girl, like you are starting to look more and more like your dad. Like, let's be for real. Yeah. So, and I think it all started because like my beard was bearding.
Yeah.
She was giving like dark.
Yes.
Okay, not too much.
Well, you post a lot of before and afters on your Instagram.
It's kind of crazy.
Your transformation, I will say, like, is insane. Are you happy?
I feel happy, but I don't know.
What's the I don't know part?
I don't know. Like, I feel like my happiness is like to a certain extent, but it's like, I don't know if like this is all that there is to be happy about. Like, am I happy to be trans or am I happy that like I transitioned? Or
are you happy that you transitioned?
I feel like I'm happy, but I don't know. I almost feel like there's more to me. Yeah. Does that make sense?
No, for sure. And I know there's like a big community of trans people who also detransition. Like, what do you feel about that? And is that something that crosses your mind?
No, girl, I would never detransition. Are you okay with me calling you girl?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Certain
people, yes.
I would never detransition. I feel like I'm much more happier.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like the full extent of my happiness.
Right. I mean, also, you're still new in the transitioning medically part,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And so like after the medical transition, like what happens next? Like what's the next step for you?
I want to get my body done. I have had offers for people who like to sponsor my body. But it's
What do you mean
kind of
sponsor your body?
like
And what do you mean body done? Well, because also we didn't get into this yet, but you also had the surgery,
yes,
the weight loss surgery.
like a BBL, get the tummy tuck, do the full 9.
Wow.
The full geesh. So next time I'm on your podcast, I'm gonna look even more woman.
You'll have to come back in another year. I'm sure there will be a lot more progress.
Yeah.
Is there anyone you look up in the trans community too and you're like, that's what I want?
Nikita Dragon. I love that Nikita's very honest. Like she had her whole episode where she was like getting arrested and stuff. Her like, oh my gosh, should we be talking about this? Okay, whatever.
Yes, go.
Well, whatever. It's in there, girl. Nikita, you know what you did, girl. But
exactly. The world knows.
Yeah, we all saw it. But I like how she's very honest and like now she's like taking her life back. Nikita, we love you.
How do guys receive you? So do they know, you know, like I would feel like that's an important conversation to have.
Yeah, some guys know and then some guys don't. Again, I don't really put my transness out there just because I feel like it is like a safety hazard for me.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm not going to like openly put like, oh my God, I'm like the trans of Las Vegas. Like, come find me.
Okay, because there are a lot of trans people who and I love what you're saying and I agree with you that it shouldn't just be your identity, right?
Right, because people don't live life with like, it says diabetes. Like, oh, does your fucking profile say you have diabetes? I don't think so. I feel like you have to get to know people. Like if I'm like walking around as like the freaking billboard for trans, it's weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's so weird that people expect others to just like be like, girl, I could be at a Walmart and they're like, oh, are you trans? Like, I feel like that's weird.
There are so many people who make that the forefront of their identity. What are your plans for that? Like in the future? Do you just one day hope like you never have to even mention it? Like you're just a woman?
I don't know. I feel like I'll always be trans and like I would never want to take away from like a woman by saying I'm just a woman.
Okay, interesting. Get into that.
I feel like some people, they think, oh, like I'm a trans woman and this woman is a woman, so I'm technically a woman. I feel like some trans women think that their identity is woman.
Okay.
Solely woman, like that they're not a trans woman.
I thought that was the end goal for everybody, is it not?
I feel like we should be able to accept that we're trans women and that's okay, that we're still women,
that makes sense,
but we're not women.
Yeah, okay. No, this is all new. Yes, it does. And it's all new to me. Society that's outside of the community likes to bunch us together like we're all the same or we all have the same experiences, but completely different experiences, you know?
Yeah.
Like everything you're talking about is stuff I've always been curious about. And I've never really had a conversation with somebody who's like transitioning. So thanks for being open.
Always open.
What are some of your big pet peeves in the dating world? And do you have a boyfriend right now?
I don't have a boyfriend. I do have friends.
Okay. How many?
Pet peeve, like 5. My pet peeve is, oh my God, I hate a man who does not plan the date. I hate a man with no money. Like, girl, be for real. Like,
who should pay on the first date?
The man. What? Go by. I feel like the man should always pay because don't invite me out if you ain't got no money. I hate bad BO.
Yeah.
Like,
deal breaker for me also.
Like, cut your nails or like take a shower, wash your hands.
Yeah.
It's like the small stuff.
Do you have any like horrific dating experiences that you can tell us about?
Yes.
Okay.
It was in Hawaii. Oh my gosh. Do not go out on dates with military men in Hawaii, you guys.
Oh my God. The community of military men there.
They're trash.
Yeah.
Girl, we went to Genki Sushi.
Okay. Been there.
And mind you, you order what you want. And then the food came. All I ordered was a French fry, the garlic French fries. That's all I ordered.
Yeah.
And then he was like ordering
Skinny
like
legend.
Yeah, I think this was like right after my surgery.
Okay.
And then he was like ordering like 5 plates, whatever, not the problem, right? Yeah, so I was eating my little French fry. And then like afterwards I was like, I'm done. Like, go by. I'm like full. And then he looks at me and he's like, oh, so do you want to split the bill? Mind you, this man, yes, he ate 5 plates. And I think it came out to like 40 something. Okay, don't quote me. I don't even know what the prices were, but it was like 40 something. And he was like, oh, do you want to split it? And in my head, I was so pissed. I was like, you mother. So I was like, sure. So I just split it and I left. And then I blocked him when I got home.
Interesting. Yeah, that is ghetto.
That's so
was he
ghetto.
From Kalihi?
No, he was like white in the military.
Oh, that's right. That's right. When do you like tell somebody at what point?
I feel like once it gets intimate. Because I feel like up to then, you're just kind of getting to know me.
Yeah.
But like once it gets like intimate, then I'm going to be upfront about it.
And like, have you ever told somebody and they're like, oh, bye?
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of part of it. Rejection. I feel like anything in life there's rejection.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
You seem like so like strong-minded. Like,
I'm very strong-minded. I think that's the thing that most people don't like get from me is that I'm very like on it. Like I feel like a lot of my friends, they're like, once they get attached to like a guy, they linger. Like, girl, pull your essence and move on.
Yeah. But where do you think that comes from?
My mom.
Yeah.
I think the way she handled her divorce just spoke volumes to me. And it always kind of like stuck with me.
How did she handle that, if you're comfortable talking about it?
It was like, we had an incident that I'm not going to talk about. But right after the incident, it was like, she kind of went numb. Like, I felt like the house was numb. Like, it was so like awkward being in the house. And then right after, divorced. It was like back to back to back. Like she had to process it and then she cut it off.
Right. Like as a parent, you know, with young children, there's probably not much time to process stuff like that. You have no choice but to like pick up and move. How much were you before you got the surgery? Because back when you were him.
She was big.
Yeah.
Originally, my weight loss started, the starting weight was 412 pounds. And then I lost I was like 386 before surgery. And then now I'm down to like 250.
Yeah. Wow. What made you get that surgery?
It was for my health. I didn't realize how much like I was kind of killing myself, I guess.
Yeah.
But basically the surgery was to like reverse everything, get back on like good habits. I honestly didn't realize that I was that big. Like you know how everyone has like blush blindness, all that stuff. Girl, I had weight blindness. Like I thought I was the shit. I was like out partying with my friends, big and all. Like I don't even know how my friends like were so like comfortable taking my big self outside.
Oh my gosh, don't say that.
No, but you know what I mean? Like it's such like a mind fuck.
No, it is. Like looking back at like pictures, like weight is something that I've always struggled with. I've always struggled with like body image issues and eating disorders. And even still in my adult life, it revisits every now and then. But like at my skinniest, when I'll look back at pictures, I look back and I'm like, holy shit, like I was bones. But I remember how I felt at that time and I did not feel like bones. I felt like I was huge, you know? Like my weight is like up, like it literally ebbs and flows. Like me next year, I might be 6 and bones. I might be 700 fucking pounds. You just never know. Do you watch 1,000 Pound Sisters?
No, I don't. I always see clips of them, but I don't watch TV like that.
Amy and Tommy? Are you serious?
I just see them. I feel bad for them, like when they're bickering, but it's like...
It's truly like watching that show has really made me realize that like morbidly obese people like that, like Amy and Tammy, like there's something mentally that first led them to even get that big in the first place, whether it was not being educated about food. Like what led you to be that big? Like were you always just as a kid growing up that big? And just in our culture, we're not really eating the healthiest shit either, you know?
I think it's like a comfort thing. Instead of like just eating, you know, to get energy, I was literally just eating, coping with everything.
That is
like,
so real.
I was bored, I was eating. If I like
was sad,
I was eating. If I was happy, oh, here's a like, you know, a celebratory meal. I feel like because my family, they weren't like the richest. It's kind of like what they could give me. And you know, in a way, it's kind of like, oh, well, that's all that they could do.
Looking back at all of the issues that I've had around like body image and also food. And it really like, I hate to say this because I love them, but I feel like a lot of it stems from like me growing up as a kid and my grandma and grandpa telling me I'm fat. You know, like, I don't know if your grandparents were just open like that, but Polynesian grandparents or even parents, they just tell you straight up, you know, like literally as like a 10-year-old, right? I'm hearing these things growing up. And so I realize now that it's like shaped the way that I see even myself, even now in adulthood, which is insane. Has body image issues played a role with you in that way?
No.
You always just been confident, like
yes,
you really were. Like,
I really was.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what it was. I think I'm very delusional. Like people always say they're delusional, but bitch, I'm like the definition of delusion. Like before, like all like the whole delusion thing, like I used to think I was like the baddest bitch.
Yeah.
Like I would wear like mini dresses.
But I think that's why people loved you because you would wear mini dresses even at your biggest.
Yes.
And like
Yes.
No shame putting on makeup online.
Like 0 Fs.
Yeah.
And I would like, when people would like leave me hate comments, it just felt like, oh, whatever, you're a hater. But I low-key think it's because I was raised the way that I was raised that I just had so much confidence in who I was, even though like to society, I wasn't like a size 0.
Right.
And then when I found out that I had like all these health problems, that's when I actually like took control because I was like, damn, like I didn't know I had high blood pressure. I didn't know I had sleep apnea.
At like what, 18?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, not too much.
At like what,
not
12?
that young.
Just kidding.
You're trying it. We start fighting on your podcast. But yeah, it was eye-opening.
Yeah. Do you what was the surgery? Was it the gastric sleeve?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one they cut your stomach in half.
They take 80%.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen a difference in treatment in the way, I guess this is a 2-part question, with like your weight loss, but also like your transition? I guess we can start with the weight loss part.
Yes, weight loss, definitely. People are nicer. I mean, I feel like when I was big, I always like thought people were just mean. So I always had like this like wall built up to like protect myself. So like if someone like said some like slick stuff, I would always say something back.
Always have a response.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that's also like a Samoan thing because, you know, we be yapping back to our parents.
Oh yeah, quick-witted.
But the transition, I feel like even more so like dating, being out there, like I get hit on like crazy because of like the transition, the weight loss. It's like double homicide.
And you said you're out there dating?
Yeah, every
How
once
do
in a
guys
while.
receive you? And like, when do you tell them you're like trans?
I feel like it depends. Just because I don't openly put it on my like socials that like I'm trans because I feel like it's very dangerous.
Oh, I thought you did.
Not on like the dating apps.
Oh, on the dating apps.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like it's
Which
very
apps?
dangerous. Oh, girl, I deleted Grindr. So like, oh my God, wait, we need to backtrack because once you start like hormones and stuff, it changes you.
In what ways?
Like medically, I feel like my mind, hormonally, it changes you. Like I'm not the same. Before I started my hormones, I used to be a feral rat. Like disgusting.
Yeah.
Like
What do you mean disgusting?
like passed around, like train,
Yeah,
like
yeah. Not the
anything.
train.
Girl, anything for a nut. Very much that.
Before you
Yes, before I
transitioned.
transitioned, like, girl, it was like brothel.
In Kalihi.
No, girl, over here.
Oh, okay.
And then once I started my hormones and stuff, now it's like I'm more emotionally intelligent, I feel. I feel like I'm more in tune with myself. So like I'll crash out, but it's because I'm trying to heal from something in the past. And then I just feel everything much deeper.
Interesting.
Yes.
So like mentally, it's like you're taking on the characteristics of a woman. Wow, that's interesting.
And my attraction for men has changed like drastically. Like before I was like, anyone can get it.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no. Like,
wow, interesting.
yeah, I feel like now I have like standards.
Yeah.
The world watching this.
Well, thank God for medication.
Right. Because girl, I was welted.
Well, going back, you know, you said like past traumas and stuff. Was there anything that growing up that you had to face like mentally that like made you who you are today or made you so strong and like, I don't care what people have to say about me?
I feel like with my mom, I kind of was there for like everything. Like I think because I was the firstborn, I saw my mom go through everything, like the divorce.
So your parents are divorced?
Yes, my parents are divorced and then my mom got remarried. Let me not put her business out there. But basically, I saw my mom's like whole life. Like I kind of was there. I kind of had to go through it with her. And I feel like now it's like I separated myself from my mom to like get back to me.
How do you feel that divorce has affected you?
Honestly, I feel like it's made me colder.
Colder?
Yes.
How so?
I feel like when my parents divorced, it kind of like something in me died. I know that sounds so dramatic, but like when you are no longer like in relation with like the other parent, it almost feels like, okay, well now I have to like, you know, move on with life. Like it's like I also got the divorce.
Are you still in contact with your dad?
Every once in a while, but I kind of cut ties just because my dad has his own life. He got remarried, so he has like, you know, his own family. And I just don't feel like I'm part of that family, to be honest.
You're not close with them at all?
No, I honestly...
By choice?
By choice, correct. Mm-hmm.
In the future, do you want to have your own family and start that? Or like, what does that look like for you?
You know what? Oh my God, this is going to get political, I feel.
Go ahead. Jump right into it.
I honestly feel like I would not want my own family. And it's only because I would want to save my family from the embarrassment of me being a trans woman.
Wow.
Yes.
That's deep.
Yes.
I just almost got the chills.
Sister, you're going to make
Talk
me cry
about
up in
it.
here. I don't know. Like, I was talking to a friend recently and she was like telling me how she wanted to have kids. She was like, oh, don't you ever want kids? And I'm like, no. Because I feel like growing up, like, you know, your family loves you for you. But like being on the outside, like people like looking in, it's such like an embarrassment. Like, I don't know if you ever felt that way where like, it seems like the whole world judged you before they knew you.
Oh, 1,000%. I was just saying this on my last episode that I feel like I grew up being picked apart. Like that was just naturally.
I feel like every gay person is like, we're just picked apart like right from the jump. Like they don't even try to like talk to us. They're like, oh, gay.
Yeah, 100. Like I remember going into work because I'm gay, grew up in Utah as an LDS person, you know, like that wasn't an easy walk in the park. But I still remember back when I was a makeup artist walking into the mall and like just people yelling faggot, like passing by. And I'm just like, what the hell, you know? So like that resonates with me of how you feel like you don't want to have children to save them the embarrassment because I feel the same exact way, even though I'm just gay. Like, to be a parent in this world is already so hard, right? But then to be a gay parent, you know, with two dads.
It's a lot.
You don't want to put your kids through that, you know, if whatever people found out, like you have two dads or you have a trans mom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, wow, that was like really deep. I love that you.
Clock it.
Yeah, clock it. Regardless of that, did you want kids or a family of your own one day?
You know what? I've never lived life like people, I don't know, people tend to live life like with their expectations of the future. I never lived life that way. Like some people are like, oh, I want like this amount of kids, want to live here with like this type of house. I've never lived life that way. So I don't really like see myself that far out. Like I'm more like kind of like maybe like a year out kind of person.
Wow. But do you see yourself married?
Eventually. I hope so.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself like in the influencer space going forward? Because your content right now very much has a lot to do with your weight loss journey. Are you going to keep it that way? Or because there's so many people that are excited that I'm having you on. Only the ones that I told in Utah. Like you're very loved in Utah.
Thank you, Utah.
Have you been?
No, I haven't.
What do you think of Utah? Just like first thoughts, first impressions.
Okay, my one of my best friends, Deja, she loves you, but she also loves Utah. She likes like these long drives into Utah. Go by. I'm not like a country. I'm not like I don't like the mountains.
So you think of country when you're thinking of Utah?
Yes, I feel like very, you know, cute white picket fence.
Yeah.
Everyone's, you know, knows each other from like years upon years.
And church, yeah. Were you raised in like church or like what was your religion growing up?
I was raised in the Christian church.
Like Baptist or Methodist?
Assembly of God.
Assembly of God.
Yeah.
Okay, that's big in the Samoan culture. How was that? Because, I mean, just from my experience with people that come from the Assembly of God, it's not a very gay-friendly.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of just floated by.
I didn't.
Like I went to church like to learn.
Yeah.
And I feel like I always had a good time. People kind of like, you know, they knew of me. They knew what I was. And it's like, okay, like you can't change somebody, you know?
Yeah.
But if they're coming to church to like learn about the word, like your job is to like, you know, spread the word, do your job.
Not like point fingers or judge.
Yeah, but sometimes the message will be very directed.
Yeah. You're like, was this a personal attack? Or how do you feel now about all that stuff? Like, you know, because I just recently have been on a God journey of my own for the past year of believing in God after 10 years of like not. So like, where do you stand faith-wise?
I've always been very religious. That is something like I'm very proud of, is that I've always had a very strong relationship with God. However, I haven't been like a church person.
Yes.
I feel like two things can exist at the same time.
1,000%.
But I feel like my faith is very strong. And regardless if I go to church or not, like it's going to be there. And I think it's because of the way I was brought up.
In the religion that I grew up, don't want to touch too much on this. Like, when I first started my journey back to God, I was fucking coming for the Mormons. You know, like I made my whole fucking identity on social media coming for those bitches. But now, like,
now you're coming for the Tongans.
Yeah, that was not on purpose, by the way, but it just so happened that
I always
people were
die when I
offended.
see you dragging them. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Okay, I don't drag them, but like, you know, they're a very prideful people.
Yeah.
Especially, so are like LDS people, I guess. So you add LDS and Tongan, the pride is crazy. And so, but I feel like, early on in my journey, I was like coming for them, wanting to make a point like where I stand. But then as I like progress more in like my journey, I'm like, oh, like that is really immature of me. Like, let me just focus on mine as I wish everyone else did, So you believe in God. How do you feel like God ties into like your transition journey? And do you feel like, because there's a lot of people that will say like you're, I guess, this is not God's design, being trans. Like, how do you feel about that? And what would you say to those people?
I feel like life happens in a very mysterious way, but everything happens for a reason. Like, to them, I might not be like God's design to be this way. But to me, like, I'm not going to put words in God's mouth, girl, bye.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like with the teachings, it's more so like how you live your life. That, like I can only do the best that I can do. And like, that's all that I can do. But I'm not going to like try to like force who I am onto someone else and like what they believe in. I don't really think that, I feel like God loves all his kids, even if you are trans.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like a thought on it because I don't really think of that.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to be a better person, live a better life, help the world.
And what does that look like to you?
Helping the world?
Yeah.
I always try to like help fosters.
Yes,
Pets.
let's talk about that because recently one of your foster dogs attacked the shit out of one of your babies.
I know.
And it did not look good. Like I couldn't even look at the pictures you sent me.
I was so traumatized.
And what made you get into fostering in the first place? Because I love that. Like I'm a dog person through and through.
Yeah, I see you bullying your dog.
Yeah, he's going viral. He has like 5 million.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh, not kind of telling him to sit down and listen.
Not my fat dog at like 7 million views on
Period.
TikTok.
We love that for your dog.
Yeah.
I feel like getting into fostering has been kind of my way of like doing something to help the world.
Yeah.
A lot of animals get abused, and I feel like it's weird because I feel like society has made it so normal to keep breeding animals over and over and over.
Frustrates the shit out of me.
Right.
Yeah.
And then like when they don't sell them or they are not like the trendy dog anymore, they just dump them. And now you have like all these pits running all over the place, all these dogs that are super skinny.
Yes. Can I just say right here, like,
yes,
everybody loves to say they're dog people. But I feel like some people just like the idea or the look of having dogs.
Right, the
or
aesthetic.
The image that comes with it. Like, and it pisses me the fuck off. If you're not a dog person, don't get a fucking dog. Like, my best friend, I don't think she's a dog person at all. I don't think she's going to watch this either. But like, she wants to get a dog because she's moving to a new apartment. And she's like, it's going to be so cute. She thinks she's going to potty train this dog in 2 weeks. And I'm like, yeah. And I was telling her exactly what you were saying. I'm like, don't get a damn dog unless you're ready for it, It's
a responsibility. It's like adopting a kid. Like,
truly it is.
You have to feed them certain stuff. Like, you can't just give them everything. Like, the dog has to meet what it needs.
Yeah. It for sure triggers the shit out of me because, I just walked in a shelter last week just to look at dogs. And I'm like, wow, these dogs probably came from a home where the family just wasn't,
Yeah.
And it's so easy, it's not like a human, even though to us, it's literally our babies. But like to like dispose of it when you're like tired of it or when things are going wrong. But recently you came home from work.
No, so in the morning I went to return some Amazon items. And you know what? I don't even know. Like, this morning was so weird. Like, I thought it was going to be a good day. I woke up early. I drove over to Whole Foods to do my little return. And I left the kitchen door, like the window open to like bring some air into the house. And this was after my pit bull Foster had just had surgery. She had cancer, so she had surgery to remove her tumors. And she was in the living room. My 2 smaller dogs were in the room. I come home, I hear like this weird like noise, and I'm thinking, is that my dog? And I'm like, I don't know. So I'm walking up the stairs, I open the door, my little female dog, she greets me. And then I like walk around the kitchen with my groceries. I look down and there's blood all over my cabinets. And I'm shook. The pit bull has my little fluffy white dog in her mouth.
No fucking way. You walked in during the attack.
Like, it looked like she was licking him or doing something, but like the dog was still in her jaw. I grabbed him from her mouth. I like pushed my little like happy female dog out of the way. And I just run out the door. I'm like calling the vet down the road. I'm like panicking, honking my car, like speeding, not even give a fuck if I get pulled over, like girl, bye. I get to the clinic and these bitches. One thing about like medical places or like any place that has like service people, like, you know, move faster. Like you see me covered in blood.
Have some urgency.
The fucking dog is literally lifeless and you're staring at me like, girl, do something. Like, oh, it just pissed me off. But yes, I am traumatized and I will be leaving that apartment complex.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Because of that incident?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it kind of like almost like
oh, for sure. Once something tragic happens in a space, it's like, I need to clear this space.
And I feel like in a way, it was so weird because I almost felt like my life at that apartment just felt so good. And I felt like it was almost like the push I needed, but it was such like a kind of push, like ew.
Oh my gosh. And you got rid of the dog. Are you fostering still?
No, I'm not fostering for a bit just because my current dog is still like healing.
No, yeah. Like I feel like I saw the bitch's trachea. Like it was just open.
But it's closed now. Did you see the new video?
I did. The scar is small. How is the influencer community here in Las Vegas?
I feel like it's different. It's definitely different from LA. The influencer girls are nicer.
Yeah.
But the influencer girls in Vegas, I feel like they don't have as much influence. Oh my God, they're going to drag me.
What do you mean?
I feel like everyone here, because everyone like creates content, it's like they're invited for the content, but they're not invited for the influence. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Like the LA girls, when you go to an LA event, you know every bitch in there has like a following. Like that's fucking Bretman, that's fucking Patrick Starr, James Charles. Like everyone is like someone. But I feel like here it's like, oh, like she runs like a cooking page or she runs like a review page. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that does make sense.
It's like you know them for their page, but not for them.
Right. They're not the brand, but they've created maybe a brand that doesn't rely on their image.
No tea, no shade.
Right.
It's cute. It's different.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm also trying to adapt to like, you know, like meeting the person behind the page.
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. I was working up to it.
Politically, how do you feel? Where do you fall? What do you think?
With what's happening in the world,
yeah,
I think we're fucked. There's just so much going on, like back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
I feel like the world, like we literally have like no breathing room because of how much is happening.
It's a lot. There is a lot happening.
It's a lot.
I like mentally have to like, okay, I need to clear my search history.
Yes.
Because the shit that my algorithm is feeding me, I'm like, I'm stuck.
It's so much data, so much information. It's like, what is real? What is not real? And it's just a lot.
Yeah. Have you ever voted?
Yes, I do vote.
Nice.
I'm a blue girl.
Yeah. I grew up very liberal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the typical gay against guns, against everything, you know. And then what actually made me, interestingly enough, as we're sitting here in Las Vegas, what made me actually open my mind up to start learning about the other side was the shooting that happened here, the Route 91 Festival. There was a shooting that happened.
Was that the one where the guy was in like the hotel?
He was in the Mandalay Bay, which is where I'm staying right now. And he was shooting down at the concert. So I lived here during that. And it was like traumatic for me because we got word that it was supposed to be at the Life is Beautiful festival, which I was at like the weekend before. But anyway, I remember my job at the time. I worked at Zappos. Oh, best company. This is when Tony Hsieh was alive. I'm not sure if you even know who that is, but wow. And I actually have a tattoo in loving memory of Tony Hsieh just because we worked with him in the office and he was not like the traditional billionaire who never showed his face or whatever. He was in the office. He brought llamas. He let us drink. There was like mimosa carts going around. Like, yeah. Anyway, so when he died, that's another story. But that shooting, he let us off work to go volunteer and we were bagging stuff for the families who were flying in, who lost somebody. So it was like very traumatic. And then right after that, the Pulse nightclub shooting happened. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
And biggest mass shooting. I don't know if it is still the biggest mass shooting in the US, but that like, so those two things happening back to back, like scared the shit out of me. Number one, because I was like, wow, like that's close to home. We're at a gay club. We all go to gay clubs, right?
It's always
all
a key.
It takes is somebody, maybe in my head, this is what I was thinking, to actually have a concealed of their own, you know, have a gun license. And I'm not saying that there wouldn't have been any casualties, but maybe if there was just somebody in there that had a gun, maybe the casualties would have been less. So I started doing research about like gun rights and stuff. And I remember the first time shooting a gun because I decided I was going to get my concealed carry permit after all that happened because I was living here alone in Vegas. I'm like, hell no, nobody's going to fucking catch me. I'm going to want to protect myself, you know? So I've had my concealed carry license for 8 years, but those two things happening simultaneously traumatized the shit out of me. So I started looking into gun rights and started buying guns of my own. And now I'm a concealed carrier. And then it just went on from there. And I remember I was living here when Trump was elected the first time and I was devastated. And this is when I was a makeup artist and I was like so depressed. I thought it was the end of the world. I thought life was going to fucking end. And then I go to work and it was just like, there were these people in there with Trump hats and I was so angry, but they were the nicest people to
you
me.
met.
Yeah. And so I was like, wow. Like, actually, I thought my world was going to end, but today is probably the best day that I've had. Anyway, so I just started doing research and going down the rabbit hole of politics. From me being like a super liberal, I went to the far right. Now I'm like slowly moving back in the middle. Because we're allowed to change our minds and our opinions with time, you know?
For me, it's, I feel like everyone, you know, I'm not like F you for thinking that way.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like as, you know, as Americans, we all have the right to vote. So use it. But I feel like there's so much hate that's being spewed from both sides that it's kind of like
that's what keeps
intense.
Me centered.
Yeah.
Because it is from both sides, you know?
It's definitely from both sides. Like, you know, one side will like throw the stone and the other side will react.
Throw it right back.
Yeah. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, now everything is like mush.
Yeah.
Depending on the president, they tend to target certain groups.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you are the group that's being targeted, then it affects you more.
That's an interesting way to put it. I never thought about it like that, but you're so right.
Because like to us, like it's whatever's going on out there. But like to like a Mexican person, like that's seeing like their people get like, you know, detained and stuff. It's different. Right. Like they're getting traumatized. That is so true, yeah. Like down to their kids are being traumatized by like seeing this. And it's like, was there like no better way of like handling this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
was there literally no better way?
Right.
Like, yeah, you're so right.
You didn't have to like traumatize a whole generation of kids.
Yeah.
And then now you think like, oh, well, you know, those people always hated us. But it's like small things like trickle and become like this huge thing later on.
Yeah.
But I feel like eventually it'll get back to us. Like we might not be affected right now, but I feel like eventually.
Yeah. It always does, right?
Yeah.
I feel truly like everything happens for a reason. And I do believe, even though there is so many tragedies that are happening and so many unfortunate things politically that are happening, I feel like at the end of the day, it is kind of part of God's design, you know? Like he can save us from sin and all that stuff, but he cannot save us from the human experience, right? Well, wrapping it up, where do you see yourself in the future? What are your plans, career-wise, influencer-wise?
I honestly hope that I'm happier. I hope that I get everything that I want, obviously. I mean, I feel like we all should hope that for ourselves, the fuck.
Yeah.
Career-wise, I would want to like fully just like be living life, and that's how I get paid.
Yeah. Last question, on a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you truly? And if it's not a 10, what difference would that make for it to be a 10?
Like right now?
Yeah.
I think I'm at like a 7.
Why a 7?
I think a 7 because I feel like I've gotten to a place where, you know, I can do what I want. Like money's not a problem for me right now.
Yeah. Period.
Like I'm financially like okay, but I want more. I feel like that's the thing with me is I always want more. Either emotionally, relationship wise, career wise. Like I want more. And I think I'll never be happy till I like.
So what is that more part?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to see 2029.
Well, we'll be watching. And I guess tell people where they can follow you.
You guys can follow me at ese.milan on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
I've enjoyed watching you grow. Like seriously, I feel like I'm sitting here with a different person. Just like mentally even, like your spirit. Like I remember the first time when I met you in Target. You were friendly, but obviously you didn't know me, so it was a little standoffish. But aside from that, there was like a cloud or something
Mhm.
over. But like seeing you now in the present, it's like a completely different person. And I'm so happy that you're happy.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.